Game 5, series tied at 2 apiece of the NBA Finals. Didn't see a monster night from Steph, but we saw the Warriors and everybody else play a role. Off the steal, 18 turnovers by the Celtics. There comes Andrew Wiggins, who had 26 points on the night. Meanwhile, Celtics explode in the third quarter. 35 points from their offense. Jason Tatum had 27, but Jordan Poole, little stop, pop, and drop, closing seconds of the third. Got it. Poole had 14. The Warriors up by 1 at the end of 3. We got a good fourth quarter coming your way. But the Celtics melted down just 5 points in the first 8 minutes, and Wiggins, woo, the exclamation point to seal the deal. 13 rebounds for him as well. Steph, 0 for 9 from 3, and they still win by 10.
I mean, of course, it bothers me as a shooter. You want to impact the game that way, but the fact that everybody stepped up. Wiggs, Draymond found his life and his spirit. We could withstand me 0 for 9 and still come away with the win.
Whether Steph gets 43, 10, and 4, or whether he finishes with 16 on 7 for 22 shooting, a win is a win. He was 0 for 9 from 3. He's going to be livid going into Game 6, and that's exactly what we need.
Winner of Game 5 in the NBA Finals with the series tied at 2 games apiece goes on to win the title 73% of the time. Warriors 5-1 in the series under Steve Kerr with a 3-2 lead. The lone loss coming 2016 Finals. LeBron and that special Cavs team and what they did, down 3-1. All right, let's bring back our experts here. Of course, that is Vince Carter, Amar'e Stoudemire, and Alan Hahn. So after what we saw, especially that third quarter, what the Celtics did to overcome and erase a 12-point deficit, they were down by 16 points at one time in this game, and then the Warriors coming back and answering. Have the Warriors turned the tide? Are they going to win this series, Alan?
Yes, they have to, because I picked them to win in 6, so I need them to win in 6, so I look smart. But, you saw the T-shirt Steph was wearing. Ayesha Curry can cook. She can cook, and he can shoot. So you don't expect him to have another performance like that. Of course, you have Draymond Green playing defense. You see him kind of getting his game back, getting out of his own head. And how about a redemption? They go to Boston, and he wins a championship on that floor after the things that were said about him there. You don't think that's on his mind? Klay Thompson, I'm just going to say 2 words. Game 6, say no more. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, the fourth piece of the puzzle, which has really become their second most important player, and that's Andrew Wiggins and how well he's playing. Put all that together, yes, the tide has turned, and this series will be over Thursday night. You got to get Big Papi has got to be there. The Wahlbergs have got to be there. Nelly, come back for Jason Tatum. Whatever it is, fill the building with all the things you can do in Boston to get some good karma. But I just feel like, aside from that, this thing's done.
Hey, keep in mind, too, the U.S. Open is in Brookline, Massachusetts, so we're going to see a lot of golfers around that area on Thursday night as well, trying to get the vibe in Boston. And Vince, you saw Allen. He's closing the door in 6 games here. Will we see the Celtics show up? That seems to be the question night in and night out. Can they even this series here on Thursday night?
So, guys, and work with me here. This answer is going to sound all over the place. I do think the Boston Celtics will respond. I do think the Boston Celtics will play better because they're playing with their backs against the wall. But I think the Golden State Warriors have found something. They found their confidence. I think with Steph struggling in this game, finding someone else or some others to step up is going to be key and huge for them to pull it out in Game 6.
Okay, Amar'e.
So Golden State, I think, is going to win.
Okay, and Amar'e, I want to go with your approach because we saw you earlier this hour. You talked about you got to relax. You don't get tight here for Game 6. Do you give the Celtics a shot Thursday night?
I do. I do feel like the Celtics will win Game 6 only because they're going to back in their home court, and they have to respond. Obviously losing Game 5 the way they lost doesn't sit well with them. And I feel like if Ime Udoka sits down and go over a solid game plan and figure out how to somewhat defend the entire team of the Golden State Warriors, then they have a chance to win. But I do think Boston will respond for Game 6.
That's the key, right? And
That is the key.
can you get enough help
Major
as well,
key.
right? Can you get enough help from somebody else aside from Jason Tatum in the fourth quarter late when they need it? We're going to have to see Jaylen Brown step up. On the other side here, one quick thought here. Don't want to panic. Cannot believe we're even talking about this, but after what we saw going 0 for 9, Steph Curry, any concerns about Steph Curry, Alan, that you saw from him late in that game last night?
Yeah, the only thing that I've saw, and I haven't seen anybody talk about it, and I'm wondering if Amar'e or Vince, you saw this too, is he was talking with Bruce Fraser, his coach, after a timeout, and he was showing his finger. He was like looking at his fingertip on his shooting hand. He was showing it to him, and then he comes out. The next shot, there it is. He takes the shot, and then he shakes his hand right after he shoots it. Is there an issue going on with the finger that no one's talking about? I would keep an eye on that, but otherwise I have full confidence that Steph Curry will get the touch back.
If you look at that video under his arm, he has a little blood there, so I think he split his nail. And it's painful with shooting. Like right under his arm, there's a little blood. There's a little blood there when he moves his arm. So I think he split right there. You see, I think he split his nail. But I think this is a huge opportunity to set the stage for Steph winning the MVP. He has a struggle in Game 5, and everybody talked about what would his legacy be if he wins the MVP. Well, this is it here. You know, my guy Max said he needs to see Steph have a defining moment. Doesn't get any better than a Game 6 on the road defining moment after a struggle of 0 for 9 after one of the best three-point shooters ever to have an unbelievable performance. So look for Steph to be uber aggressive.
All right, by the way, great nugget here by our research team. Since 2013, Steph has had 9 games where he failed to hit a three-pointer. He's averaged 4.4 threes per game on 46% shooting the next game, including dropping 13 threes, then an NBA record back in 2016 against the Pelicans. So basically, we're going to say he's going to be cooking Thursday night on ABC, trying to close out the Celtics.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.